Hello and welcome, this is Tech Enthusiast, and today, in the support for Adobe Flash, new 3080 and 3060 graphics cards, Rocket Lake engineering samples, and Poco F2 leaks. Make sure you are subscribed to my channel, and goal for today's video is to reach 20 likes for YouTube algorithm. So smash that like button, and with all that being said, let's move on the first article. There is finally end of life for Adobe Flash. Adobe has announced that it will no longer provide support for Flash Player after December 31, 2020 and will block Flash content from running in Flash Player beginning on 12th of January 2021. The writing has been on the wall for the end of Adobe Flash for years, way back in 2017. Adobe announced its plans to drop support for Flash plugin by the end of 2020. And now it's making good on that promise. As Adobe has worked to wind down Flash Player over the last 3 years, Apple's message has been consistent. The company emphasized on its WebKit blog at the time of Adobe's announcement that the transition from Flash began in 2010 for Apple users. As said, Apple users have been experiencing the web without Flash for some time. iPhone, iPad and iPod Touch were never supported by Flash. For the Mac, the transition from Flash began in 2010, when Flash was no longer pre-installed. Today, if users install Flash, it remains off by default. Safari requires explicit approval on each website before running the Flash plugin. Adobe has a website dedicated to providing information about the end-of-life plans for Flash, saying that users should uninstall Flash from their computers immediately to help protect their systems. Since Adobe will no longer be supporting Flash Player after December 31 in 2020, and Adobe will block Flash content from running in Flash Player beginning January 12 in 2021, Adobe strongly recommends all users immediately uninstall Flash Player to help protect their systems. Some users might continue to see reminders from Adobe to uninstall Flash Player from their system. Eventually, Gigabyte might just have confirmed the existence of not only a 20GB RTX 3080 Ti, but also a 12GB RTX 3060 card. That might not sound like a big deal at face value, but if you ask me, it's something that's certainly worth getting excited about. But now, this isn't the first time we've heard of these cards. The public has been asking for them for a long time now, and there have been rumors apparently. ASUS also accidentally listed similar models a few days ago, so reasons to doubt these listings are starting to dwindle. But what makes these high-capacity cards interesting is their likelihood to stand up to the test of time. It's no industry secret that Nvidia's cards often lead the charge when it comes to running today's titles, but many also believe that AMD GPUs tend to age like a fine wine, much better. The reason for that is that AMD happily chucks more memory abroad its graphics card design than Nvidia does, which help with future games that require larger buffers. So if you're like me and I'm currently running 1060 in my current system and you keep your graphics card for a long time, then it might be worth the patience to sit on your pennies a little longer for these cards to come out. Earlier rumors indicated that the RTX 3080 Ti might just pack the same 10,496 CUDA core count as the RTX 3090. However, no information is available yet about the GPU configuration of the alleged RTX 3060, though the word on the street is that it will come in 6GB and 12GB variants. With these EEC listings up, chances are we'll be seeing the aforementioned cards announced soon. Of course, for our official information, you'll have to sit tight a little longer until Nvidia's announcement comes around. As outlined in a recent post on Cheap Hell, one of its users reportedly grabbed an early B560 motherboard and engineering samples of 3 of Intel's new Rocket Lake CPUs including the Core i7 11700, Core i9 11900, and Core i9 11900K. The tested pitched each processor against AMD's Zen 3 powered Ryzen 7 5800X to see just how they compare to AMD's best 8-core chip. Since these are engineering samples, the Intel chip's clock speeds are significantly lower than we would likely see with retail models. The poster also threw in Intel's previous gen Core i9 9900K and Core i7 10700K as well to compare gen-on-gen performance gains. Cheap Hell ran the Core i9 9900K, Core i7 10700K, Core i9 11900K ES, and Ryzen 7 5800X in Cinebench, but with all the chips locked at 4 GHz, allowing us to see how much of an IPC gain Rocket Lake has purely from an architectural standpoint, as clock speed is no longer the deciding factor to performance. Intel will use clock speed rather heavily to try to gain advantage over AMD's Zen 3 architecture, as AMD still appears to win on clock for clock performance, but at least the architectural changes were significant, enough to give Rocket Lake a decent IPC increase over Comet Lake. The overall performance gap could also widen rather significantly if clock speeds are higher on shipping Rocket Lake models. However, Intel will continue to struggle against AMD's Zen 3 platform. Whether or not Intel manages to beat AMD in the single-threaded battle, as Rocket Lake will be severely behind in core count, and that won't change until Intel's 12th gen Alder Lake architecture arrives. The Poco F1, or the Xiaomi's Pocophone F1, introduced in 2018, was a huge hit thanks to its flagship chipset and affordable price. The company has launched a bunch of smartphones since, but a vanilla F2 isn't among them. That should change soon, as the company has teased the F2 in a video posted on Twitter. Poco hasn't divulged anything about the F2 yet, but rumors have it that the smartphone will be powered by the Snapdragon 732G processor and feature a 120Hz AMOLED screen and pack a 4250 mAh battery with reverse charging support. The Poco F2 will support a quad camera setup, wide, ultra-wide, macro and depth on the back, and its global variant will come with NFC on board. Smartphone is codenamed Corvette and has the model name of K9A. Thanks for watching today's video. All article sources are in video description. Make sure you are subscribed to my channel, and goal for today's video is to reach 20 likes for YouTube algorithm. So smash that like button and comment down below what is your opinion on today's topics. And see you all in the next video. Peace.